Welcome back. In our other top story today, a committee set up to review animal welfare laws in Singapore has revealed its proposal. It wants tougher penalties for animal abuse and more regulation for the pet industry.
There will be definitely some resistance from the smaller players, but we will have in place schemes to train them, to try to help them to come on board this scheme. The major players in the industry have already given their consensus.
All right, here are some of the proposals. Maximum penalties for animal cruelty will more than double, looking at up to $50,000 and 3 years jail for repeat offenders. The fine is even higher for businesses, up to $100,000 and a 1-year ban on business. The committee says a key thrust is to get businesses to be more responsible. All staff in pet shops must also be trained, and all pet breeding activities have to be licensed. It's also proposing a minimum age of 16 years old for buying a pet. Well, Dr. Siew, he's a member of the review committee, joins us in studio. So Dr. Siew, thanks for coming today. You're the president of Save Our Street Dogs. It's a welfare group, and I'm sure you've seen your fair share of abandoned animals, horror stories. Tell us a few of them.
Well, we see quite a bit of abandoned cases, especially during the Chinese New Year and festive seasons. So what happens is that some people actually take out their pets, like the rubbish, and just put them out. We have cases of who cannot keep them anymore because they have changes in their lifestyle, and they ask for us to help them take over these animals. So yes, we see quite a few. We also have cases of abuse or neglect and all that. Day-to-day basis, we see at least one or two cases of abandonment per week. They try to ask us to take them over. Sometimes the dogs are spotted by members of the public. The dogs are roaming around. People contact us and ask us if we can help to take them in. Recently, there was a horrible case where there was a dog who was kept by an owner in a landed property. He was neglected. He had a horrible ear infection, and the owner just simply let it fester until it ate up half of his face.
Oh dear.
Not only that, the owner did not did not cure the wound, did not treat the wound, did not feed him, and I think because he was in such pain, he was having behavioral problems. The owner kicked him, he had chest fractures and
so this is why you're proposing harsher penalties for people who don't take care of their pets. But apart from that, one proposal that's raised a few eyebrows is the minimum age for buying a pet. You're proposing 16 years old. Why is this? Why do you come up with this?
Yeah, there was a lot of debate about what age to set. So animal welfare groups were asking for a higher age, and of course pet industry were asking for a lower age. So we came to a consensus of 16 because we found it reasonable. We followed the international standards, the European standards. They also set it at 16. The other thing is we do not want to be too extreme, because this age of 16 does not only apply to dog and cats. It applies to fish and tortoise and everything. So you can't expect someone to be able to buy a fish only at age 21. The other thing is there are ways to get around it. So we know that if people really want to break the law, they can ask their parents, they can ask their boyfriends to buy it for them. The main thing we want here is to have a deterrent. And also we want people to be more responsible and such that they do not buy pets without their parents' knowledge.
Okay, deterrent is one thing, but what about enforcement? How are you going to ensure that these proposals you put forth will actually be carried out and people actually be caught?
Yeah, this is not easy. The enforcement bit is going to be very difficult. Even previously with the old Animal and Birds Act, the main problem was with enforcement. So there were cases of animal abuse and abandonment and all that. It was very difficult to enforce it because there weren't enough people on the ground to help us look. So a few of the recommendations of the review committee is actually to empower the public more, to encourage the public to come up, step forward, and to report cases of abandonment, abuse, and also to set up hotlines by the AVA to let people report these cases. The authorities will work in accordance with the recommendations and hopefully increase their manpower and capabilities to enforce these.
Okay, Dr. Siew, one last question. Smaller businesses, they haven't reacted as well as the big businesses have. So what schemes do you have in place to help them cope with the new proposals?
Well, these will be under the industry. So PETAS, the group which manages all the pet industry, will have support systems to help them ease it in. So it's not going to be a system where they slap a horrible penalty on the industry or slap new measures. They will help them. It's a voluntary basis and it's industry driven. So the main aim here is to let the industry want to be part of this scheme such that it will bring up their business profile. So the industry will take steps to ease them in.
All right, thank you very much for telling us the thought process behind all of this.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. And that was Dr. Siew, a member of the committee reviewing animal welfare laws in Singapore. We've got lots of reaction online to the new proposals, and many say that the call for a minimum age for pet buyers will not help to reduce animal abuse and abandonment. Here are a few of them, and here's what you guys are saying. Kim Fong says it won't deter animal abusers because those who do the dumping are usually the adults and not the children. Sherlyn also agrees that a minimum age will not be effective. She thinks animals should not be for sale in the first place because there are many available for adoption.